And it's not because Liverpool's that good, it's that Arsenal are that bad at defending. They are
really
shocking.
And that Firmino's second goal, obviously everyone guessed, Brazilian Samba. The man was moving at snail's pace.
Snail's pace.
Some robot. Like, I'm not taking away from him as a quality as a player, but a half decent defender would have stopped. They had two of them. Mustafi kind of stuck a leg out and pulled it back and dropped. I think it was Socrates did something very similar. And you had Torreira fumbling and running behind and falling on the ground. It was actually embarrassing. Welcome back to the Neeks Sports Podcast, episode 9. Happy New Year to all the viewers and listeners out there. 2019, and we're good to go. I'm joined by Kyle, back from his paternal duties.
Good to be back.
Kyle, you got let off the leash for today.
It was a struggle to actually get out here.
When's your curfew? You get back soon, surely.
I've gone past it.
Congratulations, as we did last week, for your new arrival. But back to business. So, what team are they going to support? Manchester United?
We're going to work on that. Definitely not Manchester United.
I'll work on that one.
There's no relation there.
Uncle supports Man United, so I'll have a good word in his
don't worry about that.
in his ear. But speaking of Manchester United, we're back, Kyle. We're back.
Back where? To where? To what?
Back, innit? Just back. I don't know. You're back.
What? Winning trophies?
We're back, innit? You asked me between the questions. We're back. You said we're gonna win. We're gonna get top 4 now. You said Arsenal let us back in.
Whoa, putting words in my mouth there.
Oh, what did you say?
Sound like the sun on the Daily Mirror.
So what did you say? You said Arsenal have let us back into the race for top 4.
Yeah, because they slipped.
That was against Brighton, isn't it? Brighton. That was
Yeah.
that was was that New Year's Day? No, New Year's Day. New Year's Day. The 26th, Boxing Day.
And obviously Chelsea picking up needless losses. Losing to Wolves and then losing to West Ham. Was it West Ham?
Who did Chelsea lose? They lost to Wolves. I can't remember the other loss, but that was a while ago. The last 2 games they won 1-0, or 2-1 to Watford, and they won 1-0 against Crystal Palace. So yeah, they're not playing great, but they're picking up wins. They're 8 points ahead of Man United at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously Arsenal we're recording this Tuesday. Arsenal just won against Fulham, so at the moment they're 6 points clear of Man United.
But we're expecting Man United to win
against Newcastle, of course. I'm expecting it. I'm still in a position with Man United where I just have to take it easy because of how the season's gone so far. I just can't get too ahead of myself. Like I expect we're gonna win. No, I assume we're gonna win, but it's just like, is a poor performance just around the corner? Is this a bubble that we're in at the moment and it's gonna burst, or is this what we can expect for now until the end of the season? Not just as the results, but in terms of performances.
No, I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because some of the players that you have, if you look at them in like their World Cup performances, like for instance, you've got Paul Pogba and how he played consistently throughout the entirety of the World Cup. He was one of the better players in the World Cup for France and just generally in the World Cup. Yeah, and he played quite outstanding. So if you've got that Pogba on your side and if he's able to bring those kind of performances week in, week out, even if it is say like 7 or 8 times out of like 10, it's more than good enough, and it's more than good enough to push you up or at least challenge for 4th, because the season was only halfway, and if the season was only halfway and the gap was, say, 11 points or whatever it was by the time Mourinho was sacked, then why can't you make up 11 points in the second half of the season?
But obviously we're relying on Chelsea to drop. It's 8 points at the moment. Yeah, so pretty much 3 games. The good thing is our goal difference is getting better. So at one point, I think we were like negative goal difference after like 15, 16 games, and that was ridiculous. Now it's +9, so we're closing in on I think Arsenal on +15. But yeah, we've got Newcastle, then we got Spurs later after the FA Cup. Spurs themselves, they're playing right now. They are battering Cardiff.
Still 3-0.
3-0, 40 minutes gone. Kane, Ericsson, Son on the score sheet. Ali hasn't even got involved yet. I mean, we spoke about when you were off, we talked about Spurs in the title race. And then they went and did what Spurs do. They lost to Wolves. But Man City are playing Liverpool on Thursday. Someone's going to drop points. For Spurs to be in this title race, of course, it would have to be Liverpool themselves as they're top of the league. Would you say if Liverpool do drop points in that game, then Spurs, it's a three-way title race, basically?
No, I don't. I mean,
there'll be 6
I
points behind Liverpool.
I know you lot said that they were in it with a shout, and then they went and got, battered by Wolves 3-1.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're not in the title race, even though there was a big game coming up between Manchester City and Liverpool. I never really included them. For me to include Spurs, it would have had to have been they win the Wolves game, and then they win this game against Cardiff, which they're currently doing. They're 3-0 up. And then Liverpool lose to Manchester City. Then I'm gonna say, oh, they're in with a chance. So I can't see Liverpool drop. Like we're like 21 games in.
Yeah.
Liverpool haven't lost.
No.
They've only got 3 draws to their name. That's a total of 6 points dropped after 21. Like I can't see them dropping. And it's not even just dropping 6 or 7 points. It's 6 or 7 points more than what Spurs is going to do. Because Spurs aren't just going to win every game from now to the end of the season.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen. So no, I can't say Spurs are title challengers. They're not close enough. And it's at this moment, it's even hard to say Manchester City is that it's looking like a stretch. If they don't beat Liverpool, things are looking very, very, very,
we'll
very
get onto
bleak.
them in a second. Obviously, the previous games before the new year, Liverpool battered Arsenal 5-1. Do you think that enhanced Liverpool as title challengers, or title favourites, you might say?
No, not that one particular result. No, I mean that was kind of like on the cards, and I say that because it was on the cards when they played them in the first half of the season, and it ended a draw. Everyone was literally coming out, and everyone's prediction was 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. Those were all the numbers that you were hearing, and it was the same again coming around. This time they're going to Anfield, and everyone was saying the same thing: 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, etc., etc. It's like it was on the cards, expected, and it's not because Liverpool's that good. It's that Arsenal are that bad at defending. They are really shocking.
And that Firmino second goal, obviously everyone gassed, Brazilian samba. The man was moving at snail's pace. Some robot. Like, I'm not taking away from him as quality as a player, but a half decent defender would have stopped. They had 2 of them. Mustafi kind of stuck a leg out and pulled it back and dropped. I think it was Socrates did something very similar. And you had Torreira fumbling and running behind and falling on the ground. It was actually embarrassing. Like, if you look at their first 3 goals, obviously that was their third goal. No, sorry, that's second goal. The first goal, obviously that's Firmino as well. How did they score that one? The ball. I think it was a long ball, something like that. And the ball was just bobbling in the box. I think Lichtsteiner tried to clear it.
He tried to
clear it against his own defender. The thing bobbled back, and then Firmino had an open goal. Did like a little no-look finish into open goal. It's shambolic. And then the third goal, decent diagonal, but loop at the corner, cleared. Arsenal players are ball watching because they're running to out the pitch. Salah's back there, open as hell. Good ball, good pass across to Mane, but where's the defending? Where's the organisation? So, I mean, Liverpool, brilliant side, but we've seen this from Liverpool before. They've beaten Arsenal 5-1 before. They've beaten them 4-0, 4-1. I agree. I think it says more about Arsenal than Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool doing this to someone like Spurs or even Chelsea, and of course someone like Man City, that I would say enhances them. But Arsenal are bad. They're so bad. I mean, I know they're 5th, which is not good, and they're only 2 points behind Chelsea going into the game. Chelsea's game against Southampton. So they said they're in the race for top 4, but defensively, I think their saving grace is the fact they've got Aubameyang. They've got, you would say right now, one of the best strikers in the Premier League. Obviously, level on goals with Harry Kane
for now.
At the moment, as we approach half time in the Cardiff Spurs game. But the fact is that no matter how much they concede, which is 31.
That's a lot.
Goodness.
That's nearly.
What's the same? Man United concede 32, and we know how bad we defend this year.
No, but they were both as bad for all season. Arsenal was scoring more.
But yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, Arsenal's got 46 goals. Man United's got 41, and that's 12 in the last 3 games. So Aubameyang has really been uncovering their track. So props to him. Is he the best striker in the Premier League at the moment?
No. Harry Kane.
Okay, but you sent a stat in the group chat just before this. 25 goals in 34 Premier League games since he joined Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now, if it was to say let's take it to 38 games, it might be better. So let's say 27, 28. If you go to let's say 27, 2 goals in the next 4 games, so to speak. That's golden boot kind of numbers. I know Harry Kane. Did Harry Kane get 30 last year?
Yeah, he did. He got 30. Yeah, he got 30.
And Salah got
32. He got 30. So he hit 30.
So
and he was been going up each year. Obviously, I don't expect Harry Kane to hit 30 this year. He's not on track for 30. He's a bit behind.
Yeah, he's a bit behind, slightly behind. But the man's scoring goals. Like what?
He is.
And he doesn't take penalties.
He doesn't. But Arsenal don't really have penalties. They don't really get penalties. Yeah, they don't really get penalties.
But yeah, 25 goals in 34 Premier League games. That's lethal.
It is. No, it is.
So why is Harry Kane better than him? Based on what?
Well, one, because he's either equaling or scoring more goals than him. It's hard to say because obviously the season's not finished, and if you're just taking it from January to January, I don't really know how much Kane has got from January to January, but it's going to be roughly around the same. I mean, he's joint top goal scorer this season, so and I think it might be a goal or 2 more because I know from January to the end of the season, Aubameyang was the top goal scorer in the Premier League from the day he joined to when the season. So he was so he probably does have more goals than Harry Kane in that year period. But Harry Kane is in and around the goals, assists and goals. That
when we consider what Aubameyang was doing at Borussia Dortmund and his record there, like what did he get? I think he got 31 goals. So last year in both leagues, he got 23 in 29, and when you split the Bundesliga and the Premier League, then he got 31 in 32. That's a goal a game. Oh my goodness. 40 in all competitions. The season before he got 39 in all competitions. I know Harry Kane's, there or thereabouts in terms of matching those numbers. So how do you split them? Based on what? Based on what is Kane better than Aubameyang? I don't know. I can't.
The fact that he's World Cup Golden Boot.
Yeah, because Aubameyang plays for Gabon. If Aubameyang was playing for England last tournament, he might possibly be. I don't know. It's a tough
for me, it just comes down to preference. It just comes down to preference, really. But I mean, if you're talking about strictly on form and who's currently playing better, it would probably I'd probably have to give it to Aubameyang. Like in the moment. Currently in form, it would have to be Aubameyang, but Kane is slowly coming into himself. And normally he's a slow start, and then he the rest of the season he's kind of on fire. But the slow start he's had is really dragged on this season. He went until about 10, 11 games, and recently he scored in his last 5 or 6.
Well, at least he scored in August this season.
Yeah. So, just based on form, I'd have to probably edge it to Aubameyang. But if you're just talking about who is the better striker, full stop, not based on form, I'd have to give it to Kane.
Okay, it's a strange thing about Kane this year. He seems to be playing much deeper than previous years. He's come in, and I think obviously he's got runners like Son, Moura, Lamela.
We had them last year.
No, actually, Lamela was injured, and Moura joined in January and didn't really get going. So I think we're actually seeing, I won't say a different Harry Kane, but we're seeing more attributes to his actual game that he can. I'm not saying he's a playmaker, but he's got the ability to support the others around him rather than just being a number 9. I think Aubameyang is very much a number 9. But to be fair, he does play sometimes out wide and he's got the ability. But you can see the difference between when he's playing out wide to when he plays through the middle. Harry is a brilliant player.